Okay, so I posted today. I saw on another platform this new regulation that's coming out. I was not familiar with it at all. Totally missed this one. There is a lot of regulation coming down around A2P texting. What does that mean? Association to people texting. So there's people to people texting, which is what most of us engage in on a daily basis to our friends and colleagues. But there's also marketing texting that is allowed or you sign up for or consent to that you get throughout the day. So they're trying to crack down on the amount of spam. And I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but I will say on the heels of this new legislation coming out or regulation, I have been bombarded over the last 2 weeks with spam texts and emails. And it's usually maybe I get one a month or, it's not a very frequent thing. I'm getting them daily now. Terrible ones like Harbor Freight and Verizon wants to have you click this link and blah, 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 blah. All these things. So I'm thinking maybe it's because of this change in regulation and maybe it's created a bit of an uptick. But why is this important to you? Well, it's important to you as a consumer because you obviously need to be aware of this because I did see today, in particular on Verizon's website, there may be charge differences if you're participating in association to people texting versus people to people texting. So you should be looking into that. But in addition, it is important for you as a dental practice owner or participant in a dental practice. So my office engages in association to people texting for confirmations. We also request reviews on Google and Facebook through texting messaging. And also our team communicates with our patients via texting as well. So if you're using a third-party system, in my practice, it's Weave and Yappy and Swell. If you're using any of those different platforms and utilizing the texting part of that, really important that you are making sure that your number and tax ID has been registered with the US government so that you will be allowed to continue with your A2P texting. We checked in with all of our vendors today and we're all good and compliant. It's a quick call or help session online to make sure that that company is ready to go. There are a few out there that do service the dental market that are working through some of the nuances and having to change some coding to get all of that compliant. So it is imperative that you reach out to your third-party vendors to make sure that you are registered and will have no issues with continuing with your confirmations, review requests, communications, etc., through texting. Otherwise, you not only may not be able to do that, but it may start to cost the patient to receive those particular types of messaging. So that's your PSA for today. Make sure you're working with your third-party groups and that you'll be compliant so there'll be no disruption in your business. As many of us are aware, there was a huge wildfire issue in Maui and affected a huge community out there. And a few folks have posted dental offices and colleagues that are without work. Their offices have been destroyed. There are a lot of displaced support staff members looking for secondary income while they wade through this particular natural disaster. And so the Hawaii Dental Association has set up a foundation. I encourage you to go to the ADA website or to the Hawaii Dental Association website directly to seek out information about the foundation. You can address checks specifically to the Disaster Relief Fund, which will go directly to those individuals who have been impacted by this tragedy and hopefully help them, carry through until they can sort of get back, hopefully, to life as normal. I don't know about you, but I've seen the pictures. It's almost hard to believe life as normal can come back from the devastation that they have experienced. But if you have a little extra change or feel inclined to help our fellow colleagues, that is one way that you can participate in the disaster relief efforts going on in Hawaii. Lastly, I bring up this story because of my dear friend, as I was introduced, Chad. As many of you may know, Chad is an avid golfer, an average avid golfer, but an avid golfer nonetheless. And I saw this story and I thought, could this happen to Chad? So there was a dentist who was playing golf at his local country club, and a gentleman and his wife were walking up the cart path. Now, I happen to live in a golf community, and I know what a sin that is. It keeps our next door and Facebook pages afire with people walking their dogs, riding their bikes, or going on a Sunday stroll on the golf cart paths. Well, this dentist in Florida had had enough, and he approached the individuals who were walking on the cart path, encouraged them to leave. A kerfluffle may have occurred, and maybe or maybe not, this Florida dentist hit the gentleman walking on the cart path with his golf club, and now is being charged with battery and assault. So this is another PSA, heads up for all our average avid golfers. Yes, Chad, that includes you at 9.3 handicap. We've got to find another outlet for our anger. Yes, they should not be walking on the cart path. I agree with you 100%. But we can't hit them with the golf clubs. We just can't. We can't do it. And with that, that's the news.